There were two moments really recently where fluoridation should have stopped. One was when the Center for Disease Control admitted that the major benefits of fluoride are topical. It works from the outside of the tooth, not from inside the body. At this point, adding fluoride to the water didn't make sense at all, because you expose every tissue in the body. If you want to apply it directly to the teeth, then use fluoridated toothpaste. Unfortunately, the CDC and other promoters did not take advantage of that situation. Also, if you apply it to the surface, you don't force it on people that don't want it. The only time we've used the public water supply to deliver medicine, for obvious reasons. Once you put it in the water, you can't control the dose, and you can't control who gets it, and there's no medical supervision, oversight. Also, to make matters worse, the chemicals used are not pharmaceutical grade. They're industrial waste products from the phosphate fertilizer industry. The second time when this practice should have ended was when the National Research Council produced this 507-page report with 1,100 references suggesting to the EPA that they lower the safe drinking water standard. After 4.5 years, the EPA has not done that, which indicates to you that politics is operating here. Margin of safety between the levels which are causing harm, as documented in this National Research Council report, and the doses that people are likely to get. Nowhere near an adequate margin of safety. But one of those studies indicates from China that IQ in children had lowered to 1.9 parts per million. And this is
known for decades and decades that a lot of farms and ranches that butt up on towns and cities that get municipal water for their cows and horses stop giving it to them and have to dig wells because cows and horses are so susceptible. And see, fluoride builds up. It doesn't leave the body. It sticks. It goes to your organs and bones. And it ends up killing the horses and cows. You can go to YouTube and just type in horses and cows sick from fluoride, pigs sick from fluoride, chickens sick from... And you'll see local newscasts where they go, yeah, we've been giving them fluoride for 6 months in the water, and they're all dying. Their hair falls out, they get bone fractures, they get cancer. This is what we drink. And you say, well, I don't drink fluoridated water, I drink purified water. When you take a bath or shower, you absorb through your skin.
Is unusual, unethical, unnatural, unnecessary, unsafe, ineffective, and there are better alternatives of ways of fighting tooth decay in low-income children. I'll go through these one at a time. It's unusual. Most countries in the world do not fluoridate their water, including 97% of Europe. It's unethical. We should never use the public water supply to deliver medication, for obvious reasons. Once the fluoride or medicine is put in the water, you can't control the dose, you can't control who it goes to, and you're violating the individual's right to informed consent to medication. It's unnatural. If you look at the level of fluoride in mother's milk, baby's first meal, there's very little there. The concentration is extremely low, 0.004 parts per million. This means that a bottle-fed baby in a fluoridated community like Dallas is getting about 200 times more fluoride than nature intended. That is reckless in my view. There's not one single process in the body that needs fluoride. And most people now agree that if it works at all, it works topically. It's unsafe. There is no adequate margin of safety to protect all our citizens and all our children from known harmful effects. I'm most concerned about fluoride's impact on the brain. There have now been 37 studies which indicate an association between fairly modest exposure to fluoride and lowered IQ. In 9 studies, the level at which fluoride did this was less than 3 parts per million. That offers no adequate margin of safety to protect all our children against lowered IQ. It's ineffective. The World Health Organization publishes data on tooth decay in 12-year-olds, and since the 1960s, tooth decay has been coming down as fast in non-fluoridated countries as fluoridated ones. The largest survey ever conducted in the United States showed no statistically significant difference in tooth decay between children who have grown up in fluoridated communities and non-fluoridated communities.